and it's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And to no one's... Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Keenum. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Royce Freeman, the first carry for the rookie. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Here's Keenum. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Keenum. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A Bronco first down. Keenum hooking up with Thomas.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. They'll fake the give. Now Keenum. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Justin Ellis breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From midfield, here's Keenum. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Here's Coleman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
And the Broncos go to a nickel set on third down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there.
734. Down. 185.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Von Miller in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Back deep, Adam Jones. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Let's go, let's go. Mary left, Mary left. There goes the hot. Like 20.
A shotgun snap for Keenum. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Frosty Rucker in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Keenum. He goes underneath to Freeman. Runs over. Got some room at the 30. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in the zone.
Keenum now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down.
Down. Hey, 52. Down.
Now Keenum. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Justin Ellis in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Keenum to throw on 2nd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Now Keenum. He completes this to Sutton. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Vance Joseph making his mark. His guys will go on 4th down. Keenum to throw for it on 4th. And that is going to be incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Raider D, they get the football back. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position. I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Adam Jones, the longtime NFL corner, able to get him down. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end. Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Now a play fake. Carr. He finds Roberts, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril. Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So step off the 5 yards. Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one. So the penalty now moves it up. It's 2nd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Carr looking deep downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jordy Nelson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And on the return, here comes Adam Jones. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. On the stop that time, Frosty Rucker.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Give him 30 yards there. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this.
52. Bring down. Cut. Grab 20.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone, it's Keenan, and he fires one incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Keenan. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap for Keenan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Throwing is Keenan. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Roger, roger, roger.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
The penalty gets them half the distance closer, but they'll still need to come up with something on 3rd and goal.
22. 22.
They'll run it. This is Booker. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
There are certain drives in a game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
And McManus able to put it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
He's going to let this one go deep. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Down. 180. 93.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So they get the INT. Now here's Keenum. Sanders has it over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Keenum now on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. Got his man, it's Thomas. Touchdown, Denver. Demaryius Thomas as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos are in for 6. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Raiders. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Coleman. And he stopped immediately there. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, this time Lynch. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. So we're at halftime. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. And complete, right side to Cook. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Here we go.
Coleman now. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Right back to him on first down. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw with Carr. Goes underneath to Martin. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They come out here in the eye. On third down, that's Coleman. And the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Now to try the field goal, here's Daniel Carlson from the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48-yard line.
Well, someone wasn't very happy about that game being tied up. They came right back at them with a big-time return. They want to get back out in front as fast as possible.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10.
22.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Freeman again. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8. A shotgun snap for Keenum. He's going to fire one deep over them, and he fires Here's one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he gets this up across the 30.
No matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here we go. Express.
They will run again with Coleman. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Let's go. Brand 38.
And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Welcome back now to Denver. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. Play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Now this time Carl throw. And he finds a man. It's Martin. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Coleman. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Get set. 180. Hey.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. Flashed the stick skills on that run, but then stopped shy of the 35. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Monday down. Down. 180.
This is Coleman. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90.
And here's Marshall. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Go, go. 637.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Shaquille Barrett in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
618. 93.
Shotgun now for Carr. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. And Carr's going to keep it himself. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Get set. You waiting? Get set. Go, go. Get set.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Bradley Roby, the quarterback, there to make the stop.
But he was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
The Raiders on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3.
We got 3. Get down. Get down. You waiting?
Now they try the right side here. He will push his way down to about the 14. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Carlson able to put this one through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Case Keenum led 3 game-winning drives with the Vikings in the regular season a year ago, and, of course, a memorable 4th in the playoffs, and he'll try again here 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. He's back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Sanders. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Keenum to Sanders for the Denver 1st down. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Rashaan Melvin that time able to make the play. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Demaryius Thomas. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, a 22. And they will spike it with time remaining. And now they'll at least have a shot at a field goal here that could get them to overtime. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. One last throw for Keenum. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very